turning back. Lily, not change the beat. Covers always judge books by today. If they are shiny or not. Every page inside is meaningful as always. But no one's gonna read them out again. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Stay out of the cold rain, for your heart may become rusty. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Just stand there in the sea. Your soul is right now. You don't need to wait, need to wait, need to wait for us. Change. Winds are not so soft no more today. They change the cold inside. Lily, you never change. They all want a brand new box today. No matter what's inside. All these pieces that meant so much to me those days. Tide has washed them all away to vain. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Stay out of the cold rain, for your heart may become rusty. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Don't stand there in this heat. Your soul is drying out. You don't need to wait, need to wait, need to wait for us. What is there to say? Everything's too late, and we all accept it that way, so be it. Time marches on. Really? Wait for me, darling. Stay out of the cold rain, for your heart may become rusty.
Oh man, I got set up like extra early this time around. I'm kind of impressed with myself. I thought that it would take me a lot longer because I ordered Indian food for dinner, and they gave me a fuck ton of food. Like, I'm pretty sure that I have lunch and dinner for tomorrow. Just completely. If you were to do a Crash Bandicoot movie, you'd cast Andy Samberg as Crash Bandicoot. Ah, man, I don't know Crash enough, but that sounds like an alright casting choice. Anyways, here's Guilty Gear. So I know something. The preview movie has some story to it, so we're gonna watch the preview movie as well. Just, it has some explanation for what the fuck the backyard is, and why everyone's angry at Ramlethal. So we're gonna watch it.
A world separate from our own, yet somehow controlling it. The backyard. Hidden behind its gates are the eternal truths of good and of evil, of creation and of destruction, of chaos, the likes of which mankind has never seen. In a time long past, a philosopher entered this other realm. He returned, and through shuddering breaths, he spoke. No evil should touch this place, this philosopher sealed all that the backyard was into a single tome. His hope was that mankind would never stumble upon its power. With that, the path to the backyard was forever barred, and peace once again blessed our world. But what followed, the ancient sage could never have predicted, for evil came not from a human who discovered the book, but from inside the backyard itself.
My name is Ramlethal Valentine. I declare war on all the world. All those unworthy to stand upon it will be destroyed. The future is the past.
Okay, so that is legitimately some information that might make things a little less confusing later. All because we didn't have a well-kept backyard. Exactly. Also, how's it going, Andy and Aaron? You guys are here a lot earlier than usual. Also, good on you for having a nap, Justifies. I wish I could do that without destroying my sleep. I actually had a nice sleep last night. I'm really happy. I think it did the opposite, but I'm still gonna roll with it like last time. Oof. Well, I'm excited to do Guilty Gear Story. It's again, it's my favorite fighting game series for reasons I detailed last stream, so I don't need to repeat. Also making it a rule, if people cash in their Carson Sings a Song, I'll do one from Guilty Gear. I've got a list of songs that I know from Guilty Gear. And at the very least, I know the cadence of it, so I can look at the lyrics. It says your sleep isn't destroyed, your sleep schedule is nowhere near normal. That's fair. Sleep schedules are just, they're bullshit. When Pokemon Sleep comes out... Oh, we're doing this already, huh? Okay. When Pokemon Sleep comes out, I'll actually have a sleep schedule. Start this, right? Well, then I'll do the song that just came on. Detonator will come out of nowhere, yeah. Trick, cheat, fraud, lie, sulfur in the air, yeah. So let it be, oh let it be, says all debaters. 6 times knocking on the door, no response, but hey, you're already back to back. Death comes riding on the midnight train, back to back. Conscious is screaming to the end, back to back. Cannot let anyone do it again, back to back. I can no longer pretend. Thanks, Justifies. That woke me up. Pokemon ZZZ, exactly. Also, how's it going, Paragamer? Nice to see ya. So according to my list, so we did the Saul Badguy story, then we did Chapter 1, then we did Venom, then we did Chapter 2. So now we're on Milia Rage. She's next in the chronology. If you guys don't remember from last stream, Milia is the hair girl. Not the most descriptive thing to call her, but that's not incorrect.
My presence here should serve as assurance that this is genuine.
Good to see you too, Venom.
The Conclave has been using
So she's like,
control us for far
she
too
hangs
long.
out with Venom and
It has to
Slayer and
stop.
all those assassin guys, but she's not actually part of their club.
Means the return of the guild, the real guild.
Imagine being one of her
You
kid
can't
friends in her
afford to
neighborhood.
ignore this
Yeah, right?
opportunity.
You seem rather calm. I know you've left.
Imagine, like,
This information concerns
waking up
you
one
as
morning
well.
seeing Miss Ray.
Don't be so sure.
Can I
But
play
do
with
understand
Millie?
why you decided to share this.
Oh god.
All we need now is a location. One more thing, though.
Imagine your last name is Rage. How cool would you be?
Of course I
And
do.
everyone you associate
I
with.
realize that means if we should meet on the battlefield, then we fight.
Alright. So I don't main Milia. But I think she's the type of character that I can, like, do.
I guess there's no way around
I have lost the Thunder Seal. Not my skill with the
Bayonetta taught me to never sleep on hair powers. Absolutely. People don't realize just how crazy hair powers can be. Okay. I forgot that she could do the Spirit Bomb. Like, legitimately, I didn't know that Melia knew how to do the Spirit Bomb. You guys can see me for the filthy Sol Badguy main that I am. And she's Sonic the Hedgehog. That I did know, I just didn't know the controls for it. Man, everyone's designs look so nice in Guilty Gear Strive. I'm so excited for it. So it has a 1/3 time success rate outside of movies. You're not wrong about that. And she also does have some cult appeal. Because I guess people actually liked Sonic Unleashed. Which I will admit, Rooftop Run was a banger. I think my favorite song from Sonic is Rooftop Run. Sonic 2 better be good. Hope it has Metal Sonic. Yeah. Honestly, like, I think they realized that you can do some cool stuff with video game characters. You don't really have to change them to be in movies. So, because of Sonic, we might see a renaissance in video game movies. Yatta. Also, for some reason, all the stuff is going through my controller and not my
sleep tight.
speakers, I guess. So, never Tanner would talk about it in Fate Stay Night and Fate Grand Order and how they were Arthurian knights. He got a headache. Oh man.
Should a king really be losing
Tanner really, really likes Sonic and the Black Knight, and I can't get behind that. Ino's great. I know we fought her last time, but Ino is cool. She's the witch of rock and roll.
Oh, can't hold it in anymore.
And mid-boob cleavage, I guess. Jiggle, jiggle! Oh man, did you see that sick somersault that I did underneath her projectile? Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not. As long as it fits the stylization of your game. Like, I'm all down for a little jiggle jiggle, but like if it looks out of place, it can be like really bad. Dead! Seeing a live action Metal would be so terrifying. Absolutely. Live action Metal Sonic would be interesting. Well, I mean, I guess realistic CG is what you would go for if it's a live-action movie, then. Like, I mean, Pacific Rim was a live-action movie, but we're not going to pretend that the Jaegers were actually props. We gotta get, like, a good Pacific Rim game. I think that they could do a lot of cool stuff with that. Oof. Here, what's another super I can do? I did the Winger. Emerald Rain sounds pretty cool. That's just forward slash. That was kind of boring. There we go. Oh wait, I lost. Okay, that means... Okay, that means that we're gonna have to... go for the instant kill. Who's the guitar girl? Her name's Ino. She was introduced in Guilty Gear XX. She is as she looks. She is the Witch of Rock and Roll. She has a hat with a mouth on it. She plays guitar to cast spells and like they're music based. If I remember correctly, she knows some shit about the backyard. Okay. So it's heavy slash. Okay, never mind, I lost bar. There we go. I won. Coming into our world mentality, just let the characters do their own thing. Imagine her first haircut and the ground zero that caused. I don't think I can.
If you want someone to kiss,
Melia Rage feels like an I cut my own hair with my hair kind of character. You know, reminds you of Akira Otoishi? Yeah, absolutely. She's definitely got a nice guitar. I'd love that. I would learn how to play guitar if I owned that guitar.
This is rather urgent. Let us hurry. Let us begin.
So that's Dr. Faust. You may recognize his name from Demon Fiction. He used to be this guy named Dr. Baldhead, which, you know, he had a predilection of trying to save patients and then killing them. And he was like fucking bonkers. But then he put a paper bag on his head, and I mean, he became lucid at least, but he's still like bonkers, as you can see. Faust is a character that looks really fun to play as, but I can't. I cannot get the character. Oh no. Okay. No! You know nothing about him, but you love him either way? Absolutely. A lot of people either love or hate Dr. Faust. There's no he's kind of okay. Right? Like, Dr. Faust is a very unique character in fighting games.
I'm wasting my time.
You should see his, I don't know if he'll pull it off, but he has an instant kill where he does plastic surgery on your character. Maybe we'll look up a YouTube video of it later. Yeah, he's also got that. So, yeah, 1,000 years of pain. Saw him in those Fighters fake patch notes. Oh man, I didn't look at those, but I can believe it. I believe that Dragon Ball FighterZ runs on the same engine as Guilty Gear Xrd. And actually, it plays like a Marvel vs. Capcom version of Guilty Gear. Exactly, Paragamer. Con show. And I guess justifies, yeah. That's just... It's Kakashi. Oh, come on. Maybe if I did more Okay. So I need to get... No. I burned it. I got into instant kill state, but did not pull it off.
I admit I'm hardly in a position to persuade anyone, but I believe I can help you understand the theory.
Dr. Faust messes with my head, even as an AI. He's great, and I don't like fighting against him. Depending on which hole, that can either be taken as a serious matter. Yep.
Let us hurry.
Okay, yeah. Daybreak fan. That's essentially his instant kill. I mean, we're gonna have to play as Faust at some point, so maybe I'll be able to pull it off. Faust's stance and movement kind of reminds you of Frankenstein from Soul Eater. I never actually watched Soul Eater, if I'm being completely honest. I know of Soul Eater, and I've seen stuff from it. I've been told that I'd like it, but I never got the chance. Canadian TV didn't have it on a good slot. Oh, that didn't do enough. Thank you. My hair flower was able... God. Crazy doctors are the worst enemies to face. Even without superpowers, they know how to mess you up. Absolutely. In the old D&D campaign that Dingo's animating, my character, Irina, she had a girlfriend named Abby. And she was a cute red panda girl. Like, you know, she was adorable and everyone loved her. She was also a master masseuse and could make your body just stop functioning by massaging it in a certain way. People kind of think that her class would be monk, and I can kind of see it. I don't think we ever had her fight. No. Okay. Chi blocker? Damn, yeah. Then you have superpower anime doctors like Mayuri from Bleach, where he is depraved. Yeah! That teleport! God, look at my health bar! Dr. Faust is so hard. That's why, like, I really respect when I finally found a good Faust in Guilty Gear Strive. Even though his personality is, like, completely gone. Like, in Guilty Gear Strive, he is not the same character. And it's sad. I'm sure that they're doing something with his character, but, like... No, that was just a burst. I should stop trying to do cool stuff. That never works out for me. There we go. Did the little butt sting. Eh. For Med Doctor, one of the hardest things to do is come up with a post-battle tagline. Yeah. I wins.
There's always time for second chances. I don't have the courage to tell him the truth.
Alright, Faust, you can just hang out there. Bye. Oh, we're in the tea room again.
Come to initiate our plan.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Good thing my character's name isn't Freddy, because Freddy got fingered.
But solving the art of
Speaking of that campaign,
has
keep hoping Vicky and Sneeze team up for some chaos.
a feat never before
Well, I mean...
successful since the dawn of time.
I don't think Vicky's going anywhere anytime soon.
The subject does not seem pleased.
Jeez, though. We're already on episode 20.
For this variable,
And I want to say that, like,
Leave him be. He is a shell of his past self without
they've
emotion or
told
any
like a
worldly
third of the
desires.
story so far, maybe? There's a lot that happened in Fool's Gold. Yeah, the Evil Council of Evil. You can tell that they're evil because they specifically speak only about evil. Alright, there's Chip Zenoff. I don't care enough about him to know his story, sorry. He's a ninja. He's gonna be the next Hokage, believe it. He is the guy who deserves to get hit by the Kancho. You're gonna hear counter a lot, by the way. If there's one thing that I remember about playing Guilty Gear when, like, it was newish, it's that counter was a word that you always heard. Please don't chip. Yamero! Aw. I gave you a flower, Chip. What more do you want? Third of a story? I'm just on a ride. Well, a third of the D&D campaign story. Sorry. That my friend Dingo's animating. And a lot happened there. I was just focused on getting hits in. That's all I wanted. No! That's what killed me last time! No, almost. That's what secured Chip's win. There we go. Yeah, no, we have to go through each of the characters in Guilty Gear's arcade modes, as well as the story mode in order to get the whole thing. And technically, by doing it in the order that I'm doing it in, we're kind of going all over the timeline. But the alternative would just be to play a bunch of arcade mode and then only watch the story. And I feel like I need a gameplay break. Does New Party streamer record the current campaign at all? Well, we're recording it, but, like, for our use only. Like, we record the audio, but that's only because we need to know what's happening later. Or that, so Felix can have notes. God, why can't I go into instant kill stance? Chip, just get hit once. No, not me! Oh no! Should make an animatic abridged parody? Oh, that would be fun.
Someone who treats their weapon so poorly can never win. You should feel sorry for yourself.
Hey, I'm sure Melia conditions and, like, treats her hair perfectly. No, Chippudono! Yamate! Yeah, exactly. Felix is a mad genius, absolutely. I'm just... Felix is a great DM. And, like, I can see people falling into the Mercer effect through the Dingo Doodles stuff. Like, just needing a DM that can provide what Felix did. And it's hard because, like, not everyone has the patience or the drive to put together a campaign like that. She buys L'Oreal because she's worth it. If she attacks people with her hair, does that also mean you're worth it too? Cautious win. That's interesting. Yeah, that's the hair of somebody who has never cut it before. Yo, how's it going, Pepper Shaker? Nice to see you in here. Oh hey, I learned a new move. It's the ice car from Blaze Blue. Riding on cars! Oh, this is just sad now. Ooh! Fako ticket shop just reset? That's great. Gotta use my mana prism so that I can get some summons. I'm trying to save my Saint Quartz for the Genico summon.
You're open.
Started rewatching Little Witch Academia? Oh, that's great.
You got even faster, didn't you?
It's gonna ruin Owl House even more for you, isn't it? Since I'm satisfied with the event banner servants when main and got the third Salieri and second Heracles. Nice. Her hair is the size of a Royal British cape. Absolutely. Oh, hey, we're fighting Bedman. So yeah, his orb says dreamlike reality. His, I guess you could call those screws, say, deja vu. He is very much a battlefield manipulation kind of character. Which are the bane of my existence, because I am rushed down. I play fighting games like I play Kingdom Hearts. I like to hit things a lot and hard. Riding on cars. Riding on cars. Faust is now your favorite character? For good reason. Faust is great. Is he wearing a diaper under there? Maybe. Riding on cars. Aw, I should have rode on a car again. Shouldn't he have a catheter if he's always asleep? I mean, let Bedman do Bedman. Remember, this world is also governed by magic, so he probably has magic. Mind you, there's also just a ship that took off from India that was full of the people who wanted technology. Guilty Gear lore is weird. Which anime character would I want as a roommate for college? Oh, oh man. There we go. That's a good question. I mean, I think Kamina would be, like, a really good motivator to do good. Riding on cars! Riding on cars! But by the time the stream is done, I'm gonna have to make a Riding on Cars shirt. Man, Bedman destroyed me.
You know the odds of a magic ship just falling from the sky for no reason? About 0.00001%. But really those odds don't mean anything, especially to you. The only odds that matter are life and death, and they're about 50-50, so congratulations. You survived. You beat the odds, barely.
So yeah, Bedman's a fuck.
Being unable to follow something with one's eye and being unable to see that thing are not equivalent states. So long as I can verify a thing's existence, I can catch it.
Continue. 9.
Been trying to get Matt Mercer hair recently, and you're failing spectacularly? Aw. Hair's a hard thing to control. I remember, like, when I was growing my hair out, it would go like that. Like, there was a whole part of my life where I was growing out my hair where I had to wear a hat. Like, not like I'm wearing right now, but because I have the choice not to. But because my hair looks so bad without it, I had to keep it on until it grew out a bit more. My hair defied gravity. Yours would be Josuke or Sado Mao from The Devil is Part-Timer? Okay. If you had a JoJo as a roommate, you'd probably choose Jorna. I can see why Jorna would be a good choice. Definitely not Ibakio. He'd offer you tea, and you'd always have to say, There we go! Finally landed a hit on Bedman. Or rather, a round. Only be able to grow afro, and you live in Louisiana where everything's humid. Aw, man, I'm so sorry for your loss. When I was in Tokyo, it was like 80% humidity most days, and that was just, it was hard. I got nice, like, wavy hair. That way, like, it's nice, because it has volume. Even though, like, the way that I style it doesn't show it. Whereas if I had straight hair, I'd look like Weeaboo Jesus. Bedman, no! Bedman, no! Okay, I got it. My controller told me cautious win, and I think that's a good thing in my book.
Sleep tight now.
We already have Weeaboo Jesus. His name is John Lennon. Oh, man. When you're right, Pepper Shaker. Oh, there's a boy, Axel. Yeah, see, if I had straight hair, I'd probably look like Axel. Except brown. Brown hair Axel. Man. Axel's stage just... I love it. It's so pretty. Like, all the stages in Guilty Gear are pretty. But Axel's stage just, like... Look at that Halloween Eiffel Tower in the background. Josuke would be a bro, and Sato seems like he would have financial smarts. Yeah, that makes sense. What do you think each Beatles' favorite anime would be? Unfortunately, I don't know the Beatles very well. So I am not the correct person to answer that question. Sorry, I need to, like, pay attention this time. Axel's really giving me the business. According to Kamen Rider 02, it's never over. Axel, come on, please. I am the walrus. Goo 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 choo. Hey, I won. I get all round.
You're not fun.
Man, she's gonna have to put that hair back up. Like, between rounds. As an anime professor for college, you'd have to go with Kodo-sensei. Love to have Vegeta as a gym teacher. Oh, I think you say that, but don't actually mean it. Vegeta as a gym teacher. I don't think... I think you'd have, like, an 8% survival rate. He would commission a gravity training spaceship for the school. There we go. The Beatles' collective favorite anime is Sonic X. Okay, one of these buttons activates... That was the burst. Oh, he got me. He got me while I was on the car. Oh, sorry. I missed that knot. Never mind. Then yes, Daybreak fan, you are correct.
Long, beautiful hair is really my favorite, but
I don't know, Justifies. I can easily turn this into a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot stream.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
If I wanted to keep this in the same genre, I could just buy Dragon Ball Fighters right now. It's an empty threat and I know it. I don't know. Keep seeing where this goes and find out. I think John would be into some weird stuff like Eva Lane or Fully Cooley. Paul would be into some mainstream stuff like Dragon Ball Z or Chaos. Why does it keep giving me cautious win?
You're not fun.
Dragon Ball Fighters has actually been on sale a lot recently for like super cheap. Like 20 bucks. Maybe I will pick it up again. When it goes on sale, of course. Because I suck at fighting. Canonically, Carson knows, like, swordsmanship, so... Don't know what Ringo would be into. Probably something experimental and hippie stuff, but definitely some anti-war stuff. Maybe Porco Rosa. Oh yeah, I could see that. God damn it. Axel, please. Those are some low blows.
you're kind of shit, aren't you?
Duel 3. Keep on rocking.
And Melamans are really fun to play against. Because they can... I mean, you've seen those projectiles. They can really manipulate where you are in the battlefield. And just her positioning ability is top-notch. Like, I love it. There we go. There's a No Man's Sky update today. Gonna mess with it tomorrow. Oh, what's new about it? Admittedly, I haven't touched No Man's Sky since I played it in VR one time, and then my computer couldn't handle it and I turned it off.
You've made the same life or death gamble I have.
Now that I have a new graphics
can
card,
see
though,
it
I
in
might be
your
able to do it.
Why do you act like it's nothing?
All is proceeding according
Time for the Evil Club, starring Evil.
Our preparations are nearly complete. The dawn of human reform is near.
Cartoon character roommate for me is Steven or Mordecai in Rigby. Oh yeah.
It will not be long before this world breaks free and begins anew. Begins
Who would I
anew
roommate
as the world
with?
we wish it to be.
In terms of cartoons. Man, what cartoons have I even watched recently?
This is the Conclave's lab. If that information was right, Zato should be...
Amelia?
I'd probably go with Terry McGinnis.
Well,
He
the
seems like he would,
Conclave
like,
certainly has a
really
twisted
push
sense
me
of
to be
humor.
better and, like,
But if you're
absolutely have my back.
I must be getting close.
I see. I understand. I believe we agreed, though. The next time we met, we'd be enemies.
Plus, he'd probably invite me to have dinner with Bruce Wayne, and that would be pretty cool. Evil Council of Evil is a good trope, but this game sucks at using it. I think it's mostly because this is an arcade mode. Like, this is basically like just a string of fights with vague story in between. Oh man, now that we're fighting Venom, you're gonna be able to see like how good Venom plays. Look at all those pool balls! I should have been doing that the entire time I was playing Venom. But instead I hit things from various distances.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Just gonna poke at him with my hair car. I want those Venom abs too. Absolutely. How No Man's Sky turned from one of the biggest launch bombs to a highly wanted game? Yeah, absolutely, Paragamer. Hard work and sorcery. Honestly, I think with a couple more years in the oven, No Man's Sky would have been able to get to a decent state. But a lot of it was just overpromising. And, like, they made good on those promises. But, oh my god, like... They saved the game, but they got some highly deserved criticism early on. Oh no, that was a grab! Oh wow.
Stay out of my way.
I overkilled him, jeez.
Move if I
Just Mordecai and Rigby as roommates would be chaotic, absolutely. But the bears from We Bare Bears would be fun to bunk with.
We need
I didn't
to
watch a lot of
recognize
We Bare
the
Bears.
moving show, after all.
I apologize. Are you
I've been told that it was really good, though. Maybe I should check it out.
Zato is here in this facility.
Imagine if I had superpowers and we're fighting a hair power user in real life. Man, just the fact that, like, hair powers, as far as we've seen, are just so chaotic. It's great. We Bare Bears was super relaxing. Clarence, too. Yeah, maybe I'll watch it, like, before bed.
Amelia.
So yeah, you guys remember Zato, right?
Is that you?
Venom fought him.
Sato.
Is that really?
I don't know if I'm gonna fight him too, but
Yes. Amelia. You can still... But why? Everything is false grandeur. A barren wasteland, where all I have left is the comfort of resentment. Or so I thought.
what if someone brought scissors and cut the hair? I assume that if you're slashing things with your hair, it's made out of, like, anti-scissors material. Oh, we're fighting Zato. I think you'd need, like, the sword scissor from Kill la Kill in order to cut Milia's hair. You know, I was saying it right the first time, don't know why I stuttered on that. It felt like I was going in the wrong direction, but... We Bare Bears is wholesome as fuck? Man. It sounds like I should just check it out. I mean, I have no excuse. If I could watch, like, all of the Harley Quinn show within a week, I can probably go watch We Bare Bears. Literally everyone who suggested that I watched an anime just cringed right now. Because I'm gonna watch We Bare Bears instead of anything that they suggested to me. Spirit Bomb didn't do anything.
I'm wasting my time.
Hell yeah! Amelia, love deluxe! Mm-hmm. Your last name, bro, means ruler of the forest of bears, so badass. Yeah. Hulu has season 1 to 2, Netflix has season 3. Fun fact that I learned when I was trying to watch the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Canada doesn't get Hulu. Just all of... Actually, I'm pretty sure Canada doesn't get Hulu. I'm thinking HBO Max, but no, we don't get Hulu as well, I think. Also recommend Over the Garden Wall in October. Over the Garden Wall was another one that was recommended to me like forever ago by like a friend who has since moved away and I haven't talked to in forever. Maybe I owe it to him to like finally watch it. See, my last name is Cross. It means cross. That's the hard part about having an English last name. You don't get to say my name means anything cool. There we go. I think I got it. No, he blocked it! Let's try that again. There we go. Once more with feeling. Canon Netflix has 10 seasons of Naruto Shippuden, while US Netflix only has the least interesting movies. That's why you should get NordVPN. I'm not sponsored, but every person who's sponsored by it tells me that you can get better Netflix.
What?
That was what the Easter Lily meant to you.
Wait, so my Twitter handle isn't a Chrono Cross joke? Nope. Nope. Cross is my actual last name. Technically it's longer, but nobody likes to pronounce my full last name. So I just go with Cross, because it's hyphenated. Sort of a modern adaptation of Dante's Inferno? That's cool. That does sound like an October anime.
That is why I have become this dull and uninteresting soul.
What do you mean?
War is coming. The Conclave intends to start a war to remake the world. And it is about
Yeah, so
to begin.
I guess I should say this. Every time we play arcade mode, this is something that happened before the start of the story mode. I think Dante's Inferno is trite, insipid fanfiction political hit piece that you almost got into a fight with a past group therapist. Dang. See, I take Dante's Inferno as what it is, just a fun romp through divinity. I know that that wasn't the author's intention, and you need to take that into account, absolutely. But to me, it'll always be just a fun thing to play with. Like, sorry, not a thing, but a fun setting and lore to play with. Dante's Inferno is always, like, a good source material to build off of. Yeah. Sort of like how sometimes the original isn't great, but things that are based on it end up being good. It has an audiobook version narrated by Ian McDiarmid, the friggin' Emperor. Oh man. By the way, everyone in chat should go listen to the audiobook for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, narrated by Stephen Fry, because he is fantastic, and that book is fantastic, so it's double fantastic. Imagine him saying, "Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven." Ah, that would be really good. That would be really good! Man, guys, can you believe Mario died today? And that they're going to be blowing up Super Nintendo Land? Oh, sorry, Super Mario World, whatever, in USJ? Really brave of Nintendo to just get rid of their mascot. Really do love these English songs? Absolutely. If I remember correctly, the guy who's singing right now, his name is Naoki Hashimoto. He was part of another band before doing Guilty Gear stuff, but he's like on board when Daisuke Ishwatari, the director of this game, asks him. This specific ending song that I also use as the start song, just straight up, it's one of the first songs that I learned when I wanted to try singing. And it's one of my favorite songs to sing in the shower or wherever. How long could you have an overweight middle-aged Italian plumber as mascot? Exactly. 35 years is a bit too much. He meant them to be background noise, but lyrics are still meaningful, even divorced from games it's based on it? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, let's take a look. Ooh, I mean, honestly... See, some of my friends who are into Transformers really don't like the battle damage ones, but I do, because it gives them character. So, the one on the left, Daybreak, like... I'm a big sucker for battle damage, because it makes the thing look like it has character. It's like Utada Hikaru, her last two songs that were endings for rebuilds. People keep trying to tie to it, but I think it's better divorced. One Last Kiss is so amazing. I still gotta watch Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0. I don't think I'm gonna wait too much longer on it, because I don't want to get spoiled, but...
Well then, shall we begin? It's time to take over the world.
As I always say, thank you very much, Brain. To be continued. Hey, I did it. Oh, jeez. Okay. Guess we're singing Lily, okay? And also, I'm hydrating. Thanks for redeeming both of those justifies. Let's go. Lily, you've not changed a bit. The sky is not the same no more today. There is no turning back. Lily, you've not changed a bit. Covers are all we judge books by today. If they are shiny or not, every page inside is meaningful as always. But no one's gonna read them out again. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Stay out of the cold rain, or your heart may become rusty. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Don't stand there in the sea. Your soul is drying up. You don't need to wait, need to wait for us. Lily, you'll never change. Winds are not so soft no more today. They've changed to cold and sad. Lily, you'll never change. They all want a brand new box today. No matter what's inside. All these pieces that meant so much to me those days. Tide has washed them all away to vain. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Stay out of the cold rain, or your heart may become rusty. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Don't stand there in the sea. Your soul is drying up. You don't need to wait, need to wait for us. What is there to say? Everything's too late. And we all accept it that way, so be it. Time marches on. Really? Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Stay out of the cold rain, or your heart may become rusty. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Just stay safe and sound, and as long as you are there, I will figure it out, figure it out, figure it out for you once more. There we go. Thanks, Justifies. Let's go to story mode. Sodium Exodus Alpheon is the opposite of Neon Genesis Evangelion. I mean, factually, you are correct, Pepper Shaker. Time for a struggle.
We're finally done.
Yes.
Stabilized gear cells infused with magic. This means no more human illness.
So congratulations, they literally cured cancer. And everything else.
Don't try to be modest. You're about to win every achievement award they've got and get your name in the history books.
I'm not really interested in that.
Have a little pride, man. Although,
so remember, guys,
system on its head,
you're
going to face some resistance.
Non-white hair guy,
I'm concerned about that.
Frederick, that's our boy Saul Badguy. Saul Badguy, canonically, is a genius physicist.
Yes. I've decided I will turn over all of my
It's like
research
Kiryu
on
Sento from Kamen Rider Build. He's a badass fighter and also a genius.
only if they can meet 4 conditions.
Which are?
1. Any benefits derived from this research may only be used to further peace in the world. 2. Everyone involved in further research must have their physical and financial well-being
Reminds you of Xenoblade?
guaranteed.
Man, I still gotta finish the first one
The current
and the
staff
second
will
one.
retain their jobs
I'm like
and have a
probably
significant budget increase
one
to
half
keep this
to
facility intact.
2/3 through
Lastly,
the Xenoblade Chronicles
these
2.
conditions must be publicly announced to prevent the state from going back on them once they have been agreed.
Oh, you are factually correct, Justifies. We will never end up as a Star Trek society if we continue on the path that we're on.
But you should probably be prepared for the worst.
Hell, even the COVID vaccine
If and when that
isn't
happens, I'll
open
have to put a
source.
contingency plan in place to destroy all of our
It's
research facilities.
completely patented, and third world countries are
Well,
really
that would
struggling
be a
because of it.
waste of our best years.
Like, the whole developing world
Not
has to
necessarily.
get it from
Even if our
the
research
first
never
world.
sees the light of day, I believe it can.
Speaking of build, what's your favorite best match? Nin comic. The purple and yellow I didn't think would go together at first, but it really grew on me. And just
Listen to
the idea
This is about our
of Nin comic just feels so cool.
I was wondering where you two were, and of course you're here in the lab.
I thought you went home.
I'm working tonight. Unlike some people, these cells are very delicate. They might die
So Frederick
someday.
has the hots for Arya.
Actually,
They are
I believe their
absolutely,
cells are quite
like,
resilient.
in love.
Hush! I'm not just cultivating gear cells. Besides, tomorrow's an important day for both of you. Go get some sleep.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a stitch in my side. I must have run here too fast.
Oh, Arya's absolutely not okay.
Arya.
Right, Justifies, like, I guess I get it. And to be honest, I would have preferred Pepsi Man as the final form. Like, Rabbit Tank Sparking. I think that one is my favorite costume.
Eliminate all redundancies with extreme prejudice.
There's our girl! There's Elfelt! Ah, she's so good! I love her.
Finally up?
What?
You say some pretty freaky shit in your sleep, lady.
That's just something I was programmed to say when.
Didn't even have it in his crossover with Geo. Absolutely.
Wait,
Like,
what? How long have you been there?
it's weird.
Hey, I'm Sin. Nice to meet you.
You know your father loves you when he names you Sin.
Hey, what is this? You two friends now?
Come on, don't be so hard on her.
Kai, you want to explain?
Rabbit and Tank are cool, but
Of course.
come on, final form.
She
Exactly.
appeared nearly a month ago
Or
and told me-
make Rabbit Tank Sparking the new
Perhaps you
final
should
form.
explain, Miss Valentine.
I'm not gonna spoil Memory of Heroes, but it both solidifies what O's final form is, and also says fuck that at the same time.
Graham and I are kind of twins. This event was supposed to have been ignited by both of us.
I'm guessing something went wrong.
It does the exact same thing that the finale did.
What?
Mother had ordered me to marry a death metal singer, but at the wedding
Like if you could do is be the one cross fusion form.
Come on,
That one I think was okay.
Don't rush me. This isn't easy, you know.
I like the concept, but I wasn't really into the costume. Speaking of costumes, I can't believe just how hard every single costume in Kamen Rider Saber is hitting.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Like, everything looks absolutely dope, and I love it.
Anyway, I think that was when myself awakened or something, and I couldn't be a Valentine anymore.
Are there any more of you?
Rintaro's even getting a new form soon, and it looks like so nice.
So why are you here again?
Oh, well, I thought
Heard of arranged marriages, but an arranged marriage to a heavy metal singer specifically.
My sister. So I kept trying to explain myself to people, but nobody would believe that I was a Valentine. They kept saying they didn't have time for this or telling me where the hospital was. Isn't that super mean? So I thought it might just be quicker if I talked to somebody important. And who's more important than the king? And what do you know? It worked out.
She said the last thing so casually, yeah.
That helps me locate Mr. Kiss.
Elfeld is pure.
Kai, you know what high blood pressure is, right? If this conversation doesn't end, I don't know, right now, mine's gonna give me an aneurysm.
I understand, but please contain that anger just a moment longer.
Oh, well, that's because of me.
This is the first time I've ever actually respected you. What
Here.
kind of training just lets you sit through this bullcrap?
You don't need to know what time it is, come on.
We did every bioscan we could conceive of. She is definitely not human, which is why I chose to listen.
Son of a...
I'm not sure I'm really getting all this, but you're pretty hot shit.
Honestly, if I were to drop $200 on a figure, it's between Elfelt and the Mizutsune Archer from Monster Hunter.
Whoa, really? Awesome!
Also, Elfelt's weapons are guns.
Sorry, Kai. There's a small chance
But
I
like,
may have failed
if
as
I
a
remember
mentor
correctly, let's
and
see.
guardian.
Small.
If I'm remembering correctly, they look specific, like...
Flying that program is basically impossible. But on the day of the wedding, I think all the excitement just overloaded my womanhood.
Yeah, so they kind of look like if Cardcaptor Sakura had a gun.
What's that mean?
One thing that's bothered me from at least Gaim to Geo is that they stopped giving final forms their own unique weapons. Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds so mean.
Just drop this human act, alright? Nothing good's gonna come from your kind having a conscience.
It's not an act. My mission was to infiltrate human society. I've been programmed to handle a lot of, human situations without causing trouble. The first generation Valentine lost because she didn't understand human emotions.
I mean, I'm glad that you said it justifies. I mean, he's the guy who was gonna kill Kai's wife because he wants to eliminate all the gears.
Down to business.
Business?
There is a reason we took her from Illyria and put her in my custody. Our security has been compromised.
Soul gets better, though. Soul has some growing up to do.
I will be blunt, then. The cradle that attacked Babylon is being controlled by the Conclave.
Seriously? Why?
Really love her design? Absolutely.
To take over the world.
Elfelt,
I'll imagine.
I think, is one of my favorite
Why is that
designs
Well, I always thought those old turds were up to
in
something.
general.
The Conclave controls most of the damn world already. What the hell else would they want to take over?
That's all I know, really. It's just what they were saying.
So yeah, the Conclave were the evil League of Evil.
Conclave?
Yes.
Then why the hell don't you know more?
Hey, stop it!
Ow!
You're scaring her.
What?
Yeah,
Now you're
Sin.
trespassing?
to all. Besides, she saved your ass. Doesn't seem nice to return the favor by being a jerk.
Fine. Let's try this thing.
Here, can I turn this up on my end?
After? What are you going to get out
There
of
we go.
the conclave?
Our mission was to activate the cradle no matter what. Beyond that, they didn't tell us anything.
You seriously expect me to believe this bullshit?
He is nowhere near this rude, not rude at all, but a Kamen Rider match with Saul would be Date, the first Kamen Rider birth. He was a doctor before it was cool. Yeah.
That's the best reason you've got to trust
I can see that, absolutely.
You are.
That isn't what I said. I just don't think it could hurt to analyze the situation calmly.
I wish you'd just trusted me sooner. Maybe we could have saved all the people in Babylon.
Yeah. If we had listened to Elfelt, maybe people would be alive, huh?
Your Majesty, it's Ramlethal.
She must have to crouch down to enter doorways with those bunny earpieces? Yeah.
What?
You called those restraints? You should have done your research.
Here, I'm gonna move me again.
You want to pick a fight with us?
Now that we're not in the codec conversation.
No, there is no need to fight.
What?
We're 34,000 feet out. If this ship goes down, I doubt anyone will survive.
Yeah, Ramthal's gonna fucking sink the ship.
No, she's attacking the ship.
Also, Ramthal's design is really cute too.
Huh?
There's no point.
And we're back in the codec.
You can't use your power, Ram.
Why did you betray me?
Why do you want to exterminate humanity?
I don't understand the question.
You have emotions too, don't you? Isn't
You
our
are
mission
completely right.
horrifying?
Justifies.
It's not. And
Just
I don't
that's
have
asking for
emotions.
trouble.
A tool doesn't need emotions. Are you not proud to be one of Mother's tools? I don't understand. Why did you create her, Mother? Or am I the one who has failed to fulfill my role?
Hey, we're asking the questions here.
And I'm not answering them.
Damn, Ram.
You can die instead.
My mission has been completed. I have no further purpose. Kill me if you want.
Wait, please! Ram! You were much more involved than I was. Do you know what's going to happen next? Tell us.
Come on. Be a team player, Ramlethal.
You're not doing us any good here. Stand down. Let us see how
Saul,
this
stop
plays
being
out.
an asshole.
We don't have time to sit on our hands, kid.
Surprised Saul didn't jump on
Perhaps
that
the way
call.
you're handling
Oh,
this
trust
could
me,
go
like,
down. I need
literally
proper
one
research.
game ago, he probably would have.
Old man,
But,
you think I could try talking to her?
And what the hell
Saul
did you
became a
like
better
doing that
person
for?
because in
This
Guilty
isn't a
Gear
game.
2 Overture,
I can't
he
really
went on a
explain
whole
it, but
quest with
I
Sin over
thought
there and
you were
learned how to be a
close
dad.
somehow.
And then before that, he was like a dad to Dizzy.
Suit
So like,
yourself.
well, I wouldn't say he's like a dad to Dizzy, more like Dizzy was the one gear he wasn't into destroying.
You seem to be having fun.
I am actually rather excited at the moment. You see, even I begin to feel the rush of adrenaline when fighting numerous skilled opponents.
Batman's voice actor is really, really good. Like, doing those run-on sentences.
It reminds me
Man.
of your sister.
That's gotta be hard.
Oh, my apologies. Was that inappropriate?
It doesn't matter to me. I was surprised you even cared about Delilah.
Isn't that the force that drives you?
Indeed, that is why I must turn this world into an absolute one.
That world is almost within our grasp.
Yes, one chapter at a time, the story will unfold, and just the way we want it to. Maybe not quickly, but it's moving in the right direction. In any event, the cast this time is very pleasant. The director should feel lucky. Well, it's time for
Say
phase
we were in a
2. Where should we
Toku-esque
go?
world. Choose a Kamen Rider series, but pick a non-main character rider for your powers. That's difficult.
Massive heat source detected. It's at 40.036011 by 41.904083. It's north of the Black Sea.
I think it would be fun to have like.
Medical analysis complete.
Ah.
It's a 93.2% match. There's no mistaking it. That's the cradle, sir.
Jeez, that's hard. I would like to say that I go with Banjo from Kamen Rider Build, but like Kamen Rider Brave was also really cool.
Nearest would be the Middle East unit. There aren't any populated areas in a 20-kilometer radius. Wait, hold on.
Plus we've got Fuwa and Yua from 01. But then you need like the brain implant in order to actually use the powers.
Good. We need more information about it. What's your situation?
Cradle is approximately 3 clicks away.
Like it's hard to weigh like the pros and cons.
Major Lyle, I want you to advance on the enemy, but do it slowly.
Like if I were to be like, I would just be able to use them.
What? No, Major, do not attack that thing until
I don't know. I think it would be kind of interesting if like if I wanted to use the gamer driver, like I would have to be cool with getting the surgery for it. But okay, I'll play by your rules.
stand down, you idiot!
Target acquired. Ready to fire at any time, sir. Good.
Fire!
I mean, I guess I would have to go with what was his name? Sofueki from Kamen Rider Wizard. He was White Wizard. He was like, he had all the powers of Wizard, but with the angry eyebrows. Just going like, change. Wait, no, it would be this way. Change. Now.
Retreat, soldier! That's an order!
High energy levels detected around the cradle. These are the same as the readings from Babylon.
Do you hear that, Major?
Spectre wouldn't be so bad. Other choices would be Waz, Brave, and Genom, or Eternal if you had access to a few more Gaia memories to use. I would assume that you'd have like the full kit at their highest. Man, this actor brought the energy, and technically his name is Kamen Rider Wiseman. Yeah, that's true. It's been a while since I've watched Wizard.
The cradle has disappeared, sir. I'm not receiving any further transmission from Major Lyle.
God damn it!
Jeez, Sojiro.
Deploy a team to the site. We need to see if there are any survivors.
I'll catch you later, Pepper Shaker. Thanks for joining us.
Anything that will tell us about that thing. Shit. Were you recording all that?
Yes, sir.
His flute dagger is cool, and he had the OP cough ring. Yeah.
Wipe everything.
What?
Those eyebrows could give the Mishimas a run for their money? Yeah, absolutely.
Unless you want to end up in front of a court-martial.
Man, I can't believe I'm just now realizing that Leo's voice actor is Sojiro. Or rather, as of last stream when Justifies brought it up.
Do anything useful?
Sadly, no. I have nothing to report.
Major Lyle's unit was under your direct command.
Wizard has that badass skirt, right?
Baptisma 13 campaign.
Yeah, he's got like the armor that looks like a trench coat, yeah.
But I can't help but feel their
Put Waz for Geo, but Gates wouldn't be so bad. If I had access to other Rad Watches, you could be way smarter with it.
Please, don't
If Majesty looked like good.
Although we do not
I will say that like
we are both kings.
the Blade episodes, the characterization of Tenkuji Takeru and Waz are the things that I liked about Geo. Well, like, barring everything about Decade.
I acquired some very interesting data. Something worthy of an inquisition. A recording from the most recent encounter.
A recording? Of what?
My haven't given it
But
to
I
anyone
think
else.
all of Decade scenes are a given when we're talking about good parts of Geo.
Understood. Send it over and I will look.
Think they took away from the tragedy of Blade?
I want you to contact Zep.
Yeah, but it's one of the few arcs that I think that they did well comparatively.
We will require
Like if I had to
details
pick a
for
high point of Geo, it would probably be the Blade arc.
Good luck.
Inoue gave no fucks, but he still had fun with it. Exactly.
13. Whatever this is no mere invasion. Perhaps I should take a page from Kai's book. Time for a risky bet.
Sir,
What is it?
we've received a transmission from Major Lyle's unit.
Man, Operator 1's kind of cute.
There are survivors.
Oh, time to move me.
They're alive?
Oh man, Kamen Rider Shin is just scary. The whole body horror thing that they were going for was like, God, holy shit. The 90s was a weird time for Kamen Rider. Alright, who's next for arcade mode? Oh, actually, we're doing Faust? Actually, let's double check. Who are our guys? We have Faust, Milia, Saul, Kai, Mei, Chip, Axel, Ino, Slayer, Potemkin, Ram, Venom, Zato, and Bedman. Okay, I thought that Bedman was a DLC character. I guess I was wrong. We've got DLC characters behind these locks, but honestly, I have Guilty Gear Revelator, and they're in the game, so we're not going to download their stuff. But we are playing as Faust. So, Daybreak fan, enjoy.
I see. Of course. Oh, every man needs a best friend. Finally, I can uncover the truth behind my greatest failure. A long and windy road it was, but perhaps my days as a back alley doctor are through. Of course, the sins I've committed since then can hardly be wiped away, but I suppose I do owe the vampiric
The Showa, but
gentleman a
actually
compliment
Heisei Kamen Rider
to check
movies,
overdue.
your favorite
Could
was
you show me the
Z-O?
way?
Oh, Zeto? There we go. Mm-hmm.
We must operate now. Do not worry. I don't need your insurance.
Let's begin the operation.
Son of a... Heaven or hell. Duel. One.
Let's salsa, bitch. Still kind of like Shin. It was unique and made him a superhero, and the fights were pretty cool. Yeah, the 90s Kamen Rider stuff was a bit weird, and I think I prefer, like, early Heisei and late Heisei. Just Heisei in general. Showa had its charms too. Like, I really liked V3 and Black. I wasn't a fan of Arc Ross's design. There we go. Ichigo, Nigo, and V3's updated outfits in the first and the next were long. Absolutely. I think people kind of put some hate on Kamen Rider the first and the next. They were fun. Especially, like, the horror direction they want to go with in the next. I feel like they could have gone a bit further with that if they were really trying to shake things up. Wish in the Geo movie he appeared and would have been the perfect way out of Quartzer's plan. Mm-hmm. No. I'm learning right now. I'm learning why people liked playing as Faust. He's got a fun playstyle. I'm gonna suck later on, though.
My next patient is waiting.
By the way, he's also Mary Poppins.
Win. Straight.
Your body appears to have begun a sudden change. You should let me have a look before it's too late for
First Ichigo would have been the paradox of being Showa Heisei rider. He could have had cool rider armor. It's still like Gio Oma's look over Grand Gio. Yeah, Grand Gio was a bit busy, and because of how heavy it was, like, they couldn't do cool fight scenes with it.
I have lost the Thunder Seal. Not my skill with the sword.
So the Thunder Seal was Kai's sword before this, which basically, like, you know, controlled lightning better. This one can still do stuff, but, like... Oof. Also, hey, the gold Geo 2 had the cool purple going. Yeah! I really hoped that by the end of the series, Sogo would have like a completely different color scheme to show that he was different from Oma. But they went with the inevitability. Shen's suit also reminds you of the Guyver. Yeah, I can see that. Come on. Let me open my door. Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. What cool stuff do we have? Sure, let's try this. We didn't finish him with the concho, but... Man, I'm rocking with Faust.
The true path is a path made by someone. If you can't find your answer on someone else's, why not make your own?
Faust dropping the knowledge. I also absolutely love Faust's colors. The blue, yellow, and white just go together really well.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh man, ever get lost in the sword forest? Is that DC Douglas's Faust? Let's look it up. Faust. Kaiji Tang. What's he done? Oh, that's interesting. So Faust's voice actor was Archer's voice actor in the Heaven's Feel movie. Yeah. He was also Kamen Rider Thrust and Strike in the Kamen Rider Dragon Knight video game. I don't feel good finishing on that, but... Guy's basically Toby from Naruto to you? Oh yeah. That paper bag over his head? You said he wasn't evil anymore, just still insane? Does that mean that he'll heal people and not kill them afterwards? Yeah, so Faust is a good boy. Essentially, paper bag Faust is a good boy. Dr. Baldhead, no paper bag, is not great. Yeah, Kamen Rider Dragon Knight just did a really good job in general. Like, you could really feel that they enjoyed their time making that show. Aw. What else do I have here? Forward punch. No. I have the files, and they did really good. They won a Daytime Emmy for their action? Absolutely. Hell, at the toy store that I'm working at part-time, like, I've been working there on and off since 2009, and, like, we had Dragon Knight toys in 2009.
The time has finally come to initiate our plan.
Yes.
I thought this
Yeah.
day would never come, but solving the art of resurrection has expedited it. A feat never before successful, since the dawn of time.
We owe our thanks to the Doctor. His research allowed this plan to come to fruition.
So yeah, in the tea room, they basically talk about how each character played their part in letting the Conclave do their thing.
Yes.
Or, like,
Even if he learned
basically they talk about
now,
each character in the
there's
tea room.
little he'd be able to do. Kamen Rider would be adapted to the West again. Probably choose from Neo Heisei since they have HD footage. Though I would like a good share of the original footage and have good product sales. I think it would be harder now because... So the transformations are harder to replicate because they, well, became more complex over time. With Ryuki, it was basically like just like an image repeat effect that you could easily layer over. But also, the Kamen Riders, they interact with normal people through their suits a lot more in the later series. And Ryuki was really interesting, because they had the whole mirror world thing where there really weren't a lot of people to interact with in suit. So it was the perfect season to to adapt, because it was basically the Power Rangers formula. So I think it would be actually incredibly hard to do it, to do a Kamen Rider adaptation right now. I think the best way to do it would be to just make a Western Kamen Rider. Just say like, hey Toei, let's design a Kamen Rider for the West, and put it into canon. What animals would Kiryu and Majima be in Zootopia? Well, Majima would have to be a snake, right? Like, just specifically because of the pants. Kiryu, though, that one's a bit harder. Because he's tough, but he's also, like, wholesome. Alright, Potemkin, get hurt. No. He got me.
We'll give it to Megaforce, a lot of shit that he deserves. But Super Portion did have really cool and stylish Instamorphs. Never watched it, so unfortunately. He's a mad dog, so he's a coyote. Oh, that's a good one, yeah. If I had a dream scenario where you would have full creative and financial control, what series would you bring over to start a Kamen Rider series? So I thought about it, actually. And I think adapting Decade, but including the Geo portions, would give, like, a nice taste of everyone. And then that way, depending on who's most popular, you could go and adapt later from there. So, like, if in the Decade portions, like, people are really, really enjoying Hibiki for some reason, then yeah, like, bring Hibiki over and do that. You'd make them make new henshin sequences? Yeah. One other thought that I had was, in creating a Western Kamen Rider series, it would be interesting to make them as a sequel. Or, like, in the same universe but different location as the season. So, like, maybe there's a Gaia Memory distribution ring in, like, Australia that, they have to investigate, and, like, Shotaro and Philip kind of, like, gave information to another detective agency, and that's where you get, like, an Australian Kamen Rider double. Or, like, somebody in the double universe. I mean, actually doing something with Foundation X. You're going to be really impressed with Memory of Heroes, where they actually do something with Foundation X. Imagine a female rider. Imagine a female rider that doesn't die. That's what I liked about 01. Like, they may have screwed over Yua a lot, but she didn't die. God, Potemkin! I'm gonna need you to have, like, 30% more chill. That's a thank you, right? Thank you. If you just took the suits and made your own footage, you can make a new female rider? Exactly. Honestly, that's all I want. I want the female rider to be the secondary rider, at the very least. I know that we're not going to get a female rider as the main character in, like, a numbered season, like one of the annual seasons, because, you know, it's a boys series that sells toys for boys. That's their key demographic, which means the main Kamen Rider always has to be a dude. But I would appreciate if, like, the secondary one was. I wish that 01 set a precedent for, like, having a varied cast for riders. But with Saber, like, unless they make May the new Kamen Rider Espada, I don't think we're gonna get that. Of course, I thought of how I would make the suits and motifs of several series my own. Thing with, like, Power Rangers, but I was thinking about which series to do first to test the waters. Yeah! Like, honestly, one of the best ones to do would probably be, Forza. Because of its setting. Like, it's a really familiar setting, and you could reproduce it really well. And it was a more upbeat season, too, so, like, you wouldn't be setting the precedent of, like, everything sucks for everyone. Like, you wouldn't say, like, Fies. I did it! Hey, yeah, cool! Nice! Speaking of adaptations, if I was to do an R-rated Metroid movie, I'd adapt Fusion. Absolutely. Fusion is probably the best way to go if you're going R-rated because of the horror aspects. You wouldn't be beholden to the title, to the ties of the original series. Yeah, but you would be able to use a lot more scenes that take place in the school because of it, since it's such a familiar setting. Like, it would be easier to match the setting, I guess. Listen, no matter what you pick, you lose. If you play the game, you get a finger up your butt. Also, let's give mad props for May's theme. May's theme songs in Guilty Gear have always been like some of my favorites because they sound like a Sonic stage. You take the suits, weapons, toys, do your own thing completely, though I wouldn't choose Forza. If I had your dream full of creative and financial control, I'd abuse it. Okay. I mean, again, honestly, if I had full creative control and budget, I'd just make my own season. I'd be like, hey Toei, this is the new season of Kamen Rider. Throw it in the canon somewhere. This happens alongside all of the other ones. New Kamen Rider, completely new. Give me a Guillermo del Toro Kamen Rider. Devil and Wizards forms, riders, and weapons are marketable and simplistic enough to test the waters. Forms are cool? Yeah. I also really appreciate that the Kamen Rider Dragon Knight team kept Kamen Rider instead of changing it to Masked Rider. And I'm sure that part of that was the stigma because of the, you know, Saban's Masked Rider. But, like, they appreciated their audience enough to understand that they could probably deal with not having an English word. Oh, man. Chip, please. No! No! Chip, please! You also like the call of Kamen Rider rather than just saying let's more for an out-of-place henshin? Yeah! They would have their own transformation phrase? Yeah! Well, it's sort of like how, you know, they do, like... Emu says, like, I'll clear this with no continues. Aruto says, like... Oh, come on. Aruto says, like, the only one that can stop you is me. Tsukasa is like, I'm just a Kamen Rider passing through. Samus's first encounter with the SAX is this one-sided battle that has the SAX almost kill Samus. Yeah. No. Chip, you're just too wild and crazy for me. That's it. Bring in Forza or build would have so many forms and weapons that I think it would be overwhelming to start off. Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you're protected by the Washington, convention? Anyway, you're safe.
Good to know that, I'm protected against war crimes. Yep, I think simplistic and low amounts of, position heal thyself, and low amounts of trinkets would be a good way to start off. Man, if I won the lottery, I think what I would do is go to Namco Bandai and be like, hey, let's just go ahead and make a high-budget video game sequel to Kamen Rider Wizard. Let's get Platinum Games in on this shit. If I had a choice, you would keep X8's level 2 weapon a hammer. Would redesign it, but it would not have to be a sword too. Set up the SIX's power and how powerless Samus is at that point. They debuffed Fang Metal. Yeah, actually. I keep up with Fudo Detectives. I actually have one of the books. People are saying that it's going to get an anime adaptation as part of the 50th anniversary, and I really hope it does, because I hear that it's going to be ending soon. And the best time to adapt something into an anime is at the end of its life cycle. Go to Bandai and ask them to talk to Koei Tecmo and make a Dynasty Warriors Power Rangers. I think that would sell really well. I wouldn't say make it like Persona 5 Strikers, but give it the same idea where, like, it doesn't necessarily need to be all Dynasty Warriors. Alpha the Grid is doing really well, though. Yeah, but that's a fighting game. With Dynasty Warriors, you have the catharsis of, like, decimating tons of enemies all at once. Man, I'm doing, like, way better than last time. Philip's actor has become the new Takeru Sato, in that he's become a big star and managers think Kamen Rider is too lowbrow for him. Yeah. Same happened with Sota Fukishi. Fukishi? Anyways, Forze's actor. Gentaro's actor. And that's just what happens in the entertainment industry in Japan. Tokusatsu just ends up being too lowbrow for a lot of these breakout stars. I really hope that they let these really popular actors return for the 50th. Just because Kamen Rider is such, like, it's a cultural institution in Japan. To make Lord Drakon the main villain? Absolutely not.
It will not be long before this world breaks free and begins anew. Begins anew as the world we wish it to be.
Slayer's really cool. I like Slayer. He's our Scottish vampire boy.
I'm glad to see you've come. And promptly at that.
No. I must thank you for the invitation. Though, if you don't mind, I'd like to cut to the chase.
Very well. But might we have a short aperitif first?
Not exactly what I had in mind, but I can humor you.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Man, I haven't fought Slayer in forever. He's not even in Strive. He might end up being DLC if we get him at all. Zed should be the villain? That could be cool. I think, like, an evil Zordon would be kind of neat. That way it would explain why you have to fight against different Power Rangers. Like maybe some sort of parallel Zordon. Why did it give me a hell yeah? Slayer won! There have been around 10 US Kamen Rider adaptations. You had an idea for Power Rangers Kamen Rider War movie? Psycho Rangers posing as Power Rangers to instigate the conflict. Now with the Another Riders, they would antagonize the Power Rangers. Yeah, that would make sense. Sort of like a Superhero Tyson, but with American adaptations. Damn Slayer! Establish different universe, now have things be, oh well, of course they were. Okay.
Early afternoon, I wait for the sun to set, and for my breakfast.
Yeah, so Slayer likes haiku, which is really cool. Regardless of your thoughts on Geo, you were looking at Nether Riders earlier today and was appreciating how Nether drive and how he had another try to run. Yeah. No, like, design-wise, the Geo stuff was really, really cool. Well, specifically monster design. I loved all of the Another Riders. I did not see one that sucked, in my opinion. Like, God, another ghost was scary. There we go. I got one on Slayer. Oh man, now that I've beaten Memory of Heroes, I can finally start playing Monster Hunter again. I was kind of panicking because I didn't think I was going to be able to beat Memory of Heroes before Saturday because I had some stuff going on. But I was further along than I thought, so I was able to beat it today. Aww. Better way to have Grand Geo be more impressive since they decide to go make another Deno in the series? Or if another Deno, who is in sword form, absorbed Urotaros, Kintaros, and Ryutaros, became another Deno climax? Ooh, that would be cool. Honestly, I think that Kamen Rider Another Deno would have made a better villain than Another Decade. Like, it's time-themed, so get the other Time Rider. It doesn't have to be the Anniversary Boy. Okay. Let's bind this to, like, L1. Nope, nope, L1. Aw, too bad. He did his dance and I wasn't able to activate the instant kill.
Early afternoon, I wait for the sun to set.
Time Jackers sucked as villains, but they got a banger of a song with Revolutionize. Mm-hmm. I think that the Time Jackers could have been more interesting, but they just didn't do anything with them. I think I can sum up my experience with Geo as a series of missed opportunities. I think that they should have not brought back the OG Heisei Riders outside of Decade's forms. and they should have they should have made their list of actors that could come back at the very beginning and based it around that, instead of being like, oh shit, so and so is available right now, let's shoehorn them in. Exactly, justifies. I'm sad that Geo couldn't reach its full potential because of decisions. But at least we got Woz. At least we got the Beyond Driver Henshin loop. That is permanently my ringtone for my phone. Ocarina of Time headcanon cast. Jeremy Shada as Link. Yuri Lowenthal as Sheik. Paul St. Peter as Ganondorf. I don't know Jeremy Shada.
I apologize for asking you to entertain an old man. Now, as to the reason you've come. As I said,
oh, he's Finn, okay.
Your malpractice incident was almost certainly staged by the Conclave.
But I don't understand. Why would they?
Because they're evil boys.
Any more would be speculation. What I do know is that the man responsible for your fall, Zato 1, is quarantined in one of the Conclave's underground laboratories.
What? I heard he had shuffled from his mortal coil.
Then perhaps you should see for yourself.
But of course. Thank you very much. And if I may be so bold, perhaps
there's a theory that Schwartz and Tsukiyomi would be at least a version of Sogo's kids in which they would have time powers. And that would have been interesting than the nothing that we got. Oh right, I gotta beat Zato.
Zato 1? I can't believe it. Alive after all.
You?
Man, Zato's been the final boss of all three of these.
If you've come this far, I can guess what has brought you. Your mistake and the conspiracy behind it.
Thank goodness we're on the same page. To be quite frank, I confess I feel a powerful urge to slaughter you as the man responsible for ruining my life.
All too understandable. Please, feel free.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's roll.
You ruined my life. I want to kill you. Understandable. Please proceed. So if he takes off his paper bag, does he go back to being evil, or did he just get fixed and he has the bag as a motif symbol? Motif symbol. It's kind of weird, because we also have Paper Bag Faust in Strive, but it looks like he's gone back to being evil and crazy. Oh no! Eddie, could you maybe work for me instead of Zato? Sorry guys, I have to pay attention on this one. I did it. Okay, good. David Tennant would be Seku Super King Zant. Mm-hmm. Right. Oh man, that was one round. I thought Zato won one for some reason. No, I missed! Man, I've given Zato the butt blast, like, so much already. I don't know how much he can take after this. Oh, man. I won with the Concho! If I could cross over 4 series like BlazBlue Cross Tag and have things work on either Smash rules or Toku rules where people don't get cut in half or bleed buckets when attacked, what would they be? You choose Fate, Bleach, Persona, and JoJo. That would be cool.
To save a young girl's life, but you were denied repeatedly. Resurrection. Your procedure held the secret. The secret of
I think I'd agree with you with Fate and JoJo as 2 of them, just because of the enormous cast of characters and the fact that they work so well together.
secrets to remain secret, or their plans would be irreparably compromised. However, you chose to perform the procedure anyway in defiance of their orders.
But in terms of the
They asked
other
me to
2...
see that you were taken care of. I myself only discovered the truth behind these lies very recently.
I think it would be fun to throw Fire Emblem in there. Just because, again, they also have a large cast of characters, and if you choose the right ones, you would be able to really make some interesting stuff. And then also Final Fantasy. So Fate, JoJo, Final Fantasy, and Fire Emblem. Steve Blumazant? That would be good. You want extra because that was the first proper video game Fate series, and you like their servant rosters? Mm-hmm. Stay Night and extra would give you around 20-ish characters, just counting the servants. Exactly. What do you guys think? Should we do one more chapter of story mode and then start next week off on arcade? Or would you rather end on arcade and then go through story on the next stream? Because we're getting to about that time. If you guys are down for some more, like one more chapter of story mode, then that would work. Name 2 Final Fantasies I like. I mean, Final Fantasy 14 and Final Fantasy 9, I guess? Okay. Easy enough. Just off the top of my head, they're not in any, like, order or anything. Choose another than 14? Okay. I'll go with the boy band. 15 then. 15 and 9. honestly, like, Zant is such a fun character that anyone who can have fun with the characters would be. Which cast do I like better, and who do you think you could, who do I think could beat whom? Ooh. Man, you know, I really, really like, you know, Kuja and Freya Crescent, but... Man. I'll be completely honest with you, I think the power scale... I think the power scaling in, 15 is just too vast to beat the cast from Final Fantasy IX. And... Oh man, it's been forever since I played Final Fantasy IX, so... But they were characterized... I think legitimately it's a draw for cast that I like better. Between 9 and 15. I think if I had chosen, like... Because the third one I would have picked would probably have been Final Fantasy 13. And I would have absolutely said one over the other over the casts of Final Fantasy 13, like... Having the traditional summons be literal gods in 15 was a mistake. I guess, but like... Literally, the same thing happened in 14 and it makes sense in context, so...
Well then, shall we begin?
But 14 had more time to, do its stuff. 14 has, like, what, 5 expansions if you count the one coming out this year? Alright. Yeah, let's do it. There we go. Should we do one more chapter? Choices are, let's rock or let Carson play Monster Hunter. I won't be playing it on stream, but I am playing Monster Hunter after this stream. Oh man. We got 2 votes for let Carson play Monster Hunter. Oh, that's very sweet of you guys. I've been away from it for so long. Legitimately, I think the last time I played Monster Hunter was on the stream, so... Aw. Well, thanks, guys. One person wanted me to go play one more chapter of story, but the majority wanted me to finish up. Don't know, to be honest, and we'll be fine. Yeah. But yeah, thanks so much for joining the Guilty Gear stream. I didn't know how well this would pan out, but legitimately... Like, for a long time, we had 9 viewers, which is, like, upper echelons. My usual average now is 5, which we're sitting at right now, but... I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. Next stream's gonna be on Saturday. I'm debating whether I want to do Pokemon Yellow during the day, and then Kamen Rider in the evening. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, just... expect a stream on Saturday. Kamen Rider is for sure. Pokemon is a maybe. But until then, catch you guys later.